What is up, nerd friends? Welcome back to the Nerd Bench. This is a new one, the Adaptor plate. This allows you to use the Xerun 4274 XR3 motor in the SCX6 from Axial, that big 6-scale rock crawler with the stock motor plate, screws, pinion gear, all that stuff. It basically makes the face of your 4274 the same as the stock motor that comes in the truck. So we're going to pop this bad guy open, install it on the motor, bolt it up to the motor plate, show you what all the different holes mean and do. Not that it's any big secret. Take this guy out and you have this very nice machined aluminum hard anodized, maybe not, I don't want to say hard anodized, but it is anodized. There's 4 threaded holes that take the stock motor screws, and then there's 4 countersunk holes that allow the included motor screws to bolt this to the face of the 4274. So pretty straightforward. There are 4 holes on the face of the 4274 that the countersink holes line up with. They're the 4mm, the larger screws that are there. And you see it just adapts to the front side and allows you to have 4 new holes that'll line up with the stock SCX6 motor plate. These are 4mm thread countersunk screws or flathead screws. It's a 2.5mm on there. If you want to be extra careful when you're assembling these guys, a little dab of Loctite never really hurts. Just a little bit. Blue Loctite, not red light Loctite, obviously, because you want to be able to take this out in the future just in case. I don't typically use Loctite on most of my RC car stuff. I've been pretty lucky, but if something ever does come loose, I tend to Loctite it after that. But these guys, there's 4 of these screws holding this in here, so I'm not too worried. So the SCX6 has been a very popular vehicle. There's lots of aftermarket goodies for it, but this allows you a very simple way to use the stock motor plate, stock motor, or pinion gear, and the screws and everything. So a real easy, quick bolting. So the stock motor screws are pretty long, and they do bottom out just a touch too early. So I ran into my handy dandy hardware drawer that I have in the kitchen, and I got a little bit thicker shim. So I'm just going to add another shim on there so the screw gets a nice bite when it gets down into the spot. Now, you could go with a shorter screw if you wanted to. There's plenty of material here, but for the most part, to use the stock motor screws, you do want to add one more motor spacer behind the screw head just to make sure. And even these oversized spacers, they work fine for the most part. It's not going to hurt anything. There are 2 sets of holes so you can clock your wires. I like to have my wires kind of going out the side, so I'm going to use those. The stock motor screws are a 3mm cap head screw, so you got to have 2 wrenches for this process. Get that guy started. Oops, I'm missing. Exciting. It's always exciting to watch someone tighten screws in a video, right? So with those extra shims in there, I got pretty much full contact of that metal surface. So plate's nice and snug. And then the pinion gear on this guy, if memory serves, this should be a 2mm wrench. And you get the motor shaft right about there. And then before you snug everything down in the truck, make sure that your shaft or your pinion gear spacing is correct. You want like full engagement on your spur gear, obviously. But there you have it. That allows you to use the 4274 XR3 motor in the SCX6 from Axial with the stock motor plate. It's a very simple motor adapter that goes there and let you fit that right onto your stock motor plate with some simple hardware. Don't forget, you do need, if you're going to use the exact stock motor screws, or if you have the ones that are very, very long, I think there's shorter screws in the kit that you could swap these out for, I'm sure. But this is what was in my motor plate, so I had to add an extra shim down in there just to make sure that the screw doesn't bottom out, because it is just right at the cusp of being a little bit too long, so I didn't want that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do shoot us an email, northamerica@hobbywing.com. We do a podcast. Each and every episode, we do giveaways. To find out how to enter to win, all you have to do is listen to an episode. Just look up RC Stuff, powered by Hobbywing, on your favorite podcast service. And as always, folks, thanks for watching another episode of The Charlie Show, new every Tuesday, right here on the Hobbywing official YouTube channel. We will see you all next time.